And we are live. What's going on, folks? Welcome to episode number 38 of the Nuclear Golf Podcast. My name is John. I'm the co-owner of Nuclear Golf and TW Legion. Joined tonight by Joey from Scheffler Fans, Ryan over at JT Legion, and Hutch Bennett, one of our Nuclear Golf ambassadors. He's coming off back surgery. Heard he's not feeling so hot, but he's still here tonight. So super grateful that he could make it onto tonight's show. Bunch of things to get into tonight, guys. We've got the Good Championship that was announced today. PGA Tour event that's going to be in Austin, sponsored by the Good Golf guys from YouTube. Tommy Fleetwood won the DP World India Open. Rory McIlroy made some comments about the Ryder Cup. He's trying to change the narrative. We'll get into that. Gary Player absolutely unloaded on the Ryder Cup. Will Zalatoris has committed to the Nedbank Championship. He's returning to action for the first time since May. And we're also going to do our top 3 non-major PGA Tour events in a snake-style draft amongst the 4 of us here on the Nuclear Golf Podcast. So without further ado, fellas, let's get into it. Let's talk about the Good Championship, which is November 9th to 15th, 2026 at the Omni Barton Creek Resort and Spa in Austin. Just your guys' initial reaction to Good sponsoring a full field PGA Tour event. Ryan, start with you.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a cool thing. I mean, Good is big on the YouTube space. A lot of the young viewers know about what their branding and what they do. There's obviously been some pushback by your PGA Tour loyalists and stuff like that. But I mean, I think it's great that we're kind of merging some of these different channels of golf into one. I don't know if they're the sole only sponsor. I haven't read too far into the details, but it looks like they're going to be a huge part of it at least. So I think it's a good thing for those guys.
Yeah, I mean they're the title sponsor of it, so it's a big deal. It's good for the tour, honestly. Get that crossover from their massive fan base. Even if you get a small percentage of them that don't watch tour golf, like that's more than they would have had. It was always going to happen too. Like this is just a natural progression of things. Like I don't know if you guys saw, there was a tweet, and it may have even come from our account. I don't remember who it was. But some guy asked his girlfriend to write down 2 lists. Like one was professional golfers that she knows, and then the other was YouTube golfers that she knows. There was like 5 times YouTube golfers than she knew of professional golfers. You know what I'm saying? So it's like there's definitely needs to be kind of an overlap. The tour, I just see this as kind of as a step of them starting to embrace the YouTube world, which is kind of taken over, which they need to do. Honestly, they needed to do it, and they've needed to do it for a long time. Stop being so archaic and kind of get with the times.
From a business standpoint, 100%. It's a no-brainer. We talked about this with other occasions, how the PGA Tour is trying to take more steps towards connecting that bridge between the YouTube and content creation world and golf. And so for the golf hardos, it's in November. It's a fall event. Like it's not taking away from anything that you wouldn't watch. It's giving you, like, the worst case scenario, you just don't watch it. Best case scenario, nothing's going on that week in the world, and it's some extra content that you recognize some dudes that you see them from YouTube. Like, I really don't see the negative in it. I do wonder why, if they're pushing for this, why Grant Horvat couldn't film the Barracuda. If you're kind of like, and maybe they knew this was already happening and that was going to cause some sort of violation, or maybe that was just going to be too much at once. But that was the one thing that piqued my interest. But no, from a viewership standpoint and a business standpoint, it makes sense.
That's exactly what piqued my interest too with the cameras. Like, I wonder if Garrett and those guys are going to have are they going to be able to stream some of that on YouTube?
Yeah, I would imagine that
there wasn't a little hypocrisy involved.
Right.
There's going to have to be some sort of, integration in terms of what they do on a day-to-day basis. I mean, if they're like literally the title sponsor of the event, I would expect there to be a lot of content to come from them on that. I'm sure it's part of the deal. Josh Carpenter over at Sports Business Journal reported that title sponsorship for events around that time of the year are going for $11 to $13 million, which is obviously, not a small number. Now, Good raised $45 million in a funding round by Creator Sports Capital. So, I mean, this just kind of goes to show they're really, flexing their muscles with the ability to sponsor something like this. In their announcement video, they said that this was something they've wanted to do. This is a goal of theirs that they've wanted to achieve for a very long time. It's definitely kind of like a turning point in my eyes, to see us get to this point where it's, not your traditional corporate sponsorship for a PGA Tour event. So I do think that that's, a notable development. Whether it's going to bring new viewers into the event, whether, more people are going to watch Good because of it, I don't know. But overall, you can see that the tour is embracing, the new age of media, like you said, Ryan, something they've needed to do for a long time now. So it'll be interesting to see kind of how this tournament unfolds. Obviously, it's a pretty dead time of the season, right? Now, this will be the first time that the PGA Tour is returning to Austin since 2023. From 2016 through 2023, they did the match play event in Austin. I don't think they've been back since then. So I was surprised to see this news today. I know they teased it yesterday. They said that it was the biggest announcement of their career. I mean, rightfully so. They're literally sponsoring a PGA Tour event. It doesn't really get much bigger than that when you're talking golf. So, I'm excited to kind of see how it all transpires. We'll see if like some of the good guys maybe get a sponsors exemption into the tournament as well, or maybe some other YouTubers. I think there was some hinting of that on the announcement. I didn't see it fully, but I think I heard in the comments on some posts that a couple of the guys might be getting an exemption in. We'll see.
Well, they're trying to do they hinted at the TV show coming back, which would assuming would be Big Break. So if they're trying to do a spin-off version of that, it sounded like they're going to have the winner of that competition have a exemption into the tournament, which again, like that's a cool angle to it. It's better than nothing. Again, worst case scenario, like we don't have any of this. I think it's cool to give it a shot. You're not missing anything. I'd be surprised are they paying that full sponsor fee? Because
That's what I was asking more so.
Yeah.
Well,
and to me,
a large number.
Like the hearing that, like to me, the grant thing that you brought up could be twofold, right? It could be like they're going to get to film because they're paying $11 million to sponsor the tournament. Like Grant was not paying to be in that tournament, right? Like he not at least not paying the tour directly, as far as we know. So that could be part of it for sure. I think the money thing money gives you access.
I just can't imagine they find some sort of partnership because that's going to bring a lot of viewership. Not that most people that watch Good probably do tune into a decent amount of tour events, but I think especially in the fall and it just brings eyes back. Obviously, all the money coming in from TV ratings. I don't watch the Memorial because I'm a workday fan. Like I'm already a fan of the golf and they just sponsor it. Whereas now it's twofolded. So you're bringing eyes in. I would just assume they struck some sort of deal that they still paid a fat
Some
fine.
people in those comments were acting like they were going to be sponsoring like the Masters or the Players or something. Chill. It's a fall event that honestly, like even with their sponsorship, not that many people are going to watch it. It's a fall event in November.
There was a huge reaction for sure, especially among some of the more, golf hardo segment, I would say. We kind of cover all the bases on our account, but there's certain people within golf that are not necessarily in agreement with good.
How did
getting
Brandel
involved
feel about it? Do we know?
He's probably in support, right? Because it's all affiliated with the Golf Channel and the tour.
If this was the Bryson DeChambeau Open, he'd be losing his friggin' mind.
Yeah. One thing to note though, like when Good brought on investors and they raised $45 million, like one of their goals was to get more into like live events. production stuff, right? Like I think Peyton Manning's Omaha Productions is one of the investors. Good. So like they're looking to do, big scale events like this, and then they've got their foot in the door now with this. So it'll be interesting to see kind of how this event unfolds, how the promotion of the event goes, because I'm sure that's a big component of it as well, right? Like they're big YouTubers. They should be promoting the hell out of this tournament. So we'll see how it all goes. Interesting news when it came across this morning.
Yeah.
Let's shift gears a little bit. Tommy Fleetwood wins the DP World India Open. Shot 7 under 65 on Sunday to win by 2 strokes. It's Tommy Fleetwood's 8th DP World Tour victory. It's his second of the year, actually. No, it's his first of the year. He won the Dubai Invitational in 2024. He won in India last week, and he also won on the PGA Tour this year for the first time as well. And he was on the winning Ryder Cup team. So it's been quite a year for Tommy over the past 3 months, if you look at it like that, right? Ryan, pretty good for Tommy to win a big event like that.
Yeah, man. I mean, I think we kind of all echoed this, but when he won in Atlanta, I mean, we all knew that was the monkey off the back for him. Like I see majors honestly in his future, a couple. I see winning at a decent clip here moving forward. I can see that guy winning 2 or 3 tournaments next year. And this just goes to prove that he's just still riding that momentum from Atlanta all the way to Bethpage and then over to India. I mean, he doesn't have anything to prove really outside of winning a major, so he kind of the monkey's off his back. So I mean, good on him. I'm glad he won, but this is kind of what we saw, I think.
Yeah, I
mean, it was cool. He had his kid out there too. I'm sure you saw that. That was pretty cool.
Frankie,
trying the hardest. I mean, yeah, he's playing the best golf of his career, and then as Ryan mentioned, he's gotten over that hump that he just couldn't beat. And that honestly set him up. I mean, next season, I'm excited to see what he does because he fought so hard and came up so short so many times, just hit a brick wall every time he tried to get over that hump. And now that he's finally there, I think he's having fun with it. Like he apparently was, I didn't really get to watch, but apparently he was rolling that flat stick like crazy. And I think he's just getting better and better. I don't know. I'm super fired up for next season. I think he's going to tear it up.
Joey's like, I need somebody to compete with Scotty, like just a little bit. I need somebody to step up.
If it's gonna be somebody, Tommy is 1-2. I will take it all day.
Hey, did you guys see all the guys at the tournament? I mean, I know that these guys, some of these big name players that were playing in India, I mean, they've been paid a bag to show up over there. Rory McIlroy is not just showing up to the Diwali celebration. I do think that the guys truly did embrace the culture. It's great to see that, actually, to be honest with you. You don't see the guys go to these destinations and actually fully buy into that. I mean, obviously they've been paid, but it's still good to see. Like you saw Ben Griffin in the full traditional outfit. Victor Hovland strolled in. Yeah. Couple of the other guys really embracing it. They were at the Diwali party. It's cool that the actual Diwali celebration was going on while the tournament was going on too. I thought it was cool, something different, not something you see every day from the run-of-the-mill tour stars. You had who else? Shane Lowry was there. Cyril Hatton was there, I think. Who else? Ben Griffin.
Wasn't Bryson
Rory. There? No, I was wrong on that. He wasn't there.
No.
He was in India earlier in the year, though, for the International Series event there, I believe. But no, all around, I think it was a good event there. Obviously, hard to watch over here in North America with the time zone difference, so I don't think a lot of people were able to catch much of the action. But locally, I think it's great. It grows the game. Brings new interest, new eyeballs into it. Nothing wrong with that. Let's shift gears again. Rory McIlroy, some interesting Ryder Cup comments. Did an interview. He's talking about the Ryder Cup. Actually, it was his interview from last week in India. Talking about the Ryder Cup, he said, people are remembering the week for the wrong reasons, being the abuse that was directed at him, Lowry, and Rory's wife. I have the quote here for you guys, so I'll read it. The Americans would hit it close. We would hit it closer. The Americans would hole a putt. We'd hole a putt on top of them. And it just happened every single time. I think the unfortunate thing is it seems like people aren't remembering that. They're remembering the week for the wrong reasons. So I'd like to shift the narrative a little bit and just focus on how good the Europe team was and how proud I was to be part of that team to win in a way Ryder Cup. So Rory McIlroy is coming out with these comments, and he's basically saying, stop talking about the Ryder Cup for all of the fan behavior. You know, we've talked about it extensively. A small, I mean, maybe not small, but it's a small subsection of fans that ruin it for everyone else at the event that's attended by thousands of people. What are your guys' thoughts on this? I mean, he's telling us that we need to remember the event for all the wrong reasons. Does he have a point here, or is it? What do you guys think?
He has a point. I 100% I get. If I'm Europe, you played great. I want to focus on that as much as possible and just be able to only worry about that factor. I'm not blaming him, but he also stirred up like half of the issues that he's talking about. You can't. It's almost a little bit like boy who cried wolf. You can't complain all week about how they were treating you. Again, unacceptable. No one's defending it. You knew where you were going. You knew it was going to happen. You made a scene about it all week. You complained about it. It was this whole thing. And then now you're backtracking and saying, well, let's not talk about that anymore because we ended up winning. Let's focus on how well we played. They hit putts. We hit longer ones. They stuck it. We stuck it closer. Like, again, I get it. And I get if anybody else on the European Ryder Cup team came out and said that, I'd probably just not even wince and be fully behind them. But again, I feel like Rory kind of knew what he was doing, stirring up all the comments about how the fans were behaving.
Yeah. We talked about that going into it, that Rory and Shane Lowry and Hatton, those types are they can play the heel if they need to, right? Yeah. They can be the bad guy. And they certainly played into that crowd, like 1,000% played into that crowd. They got the reactions that they wanted. Rory, after the wife thing, like I could understand it a little more after that, even though it was an accident. I can certainly understand it a little more, but I'm with you on this, Joey. Like, it's a little bit like, well, you played into it, brother. So, I mean, if it was that much of an issue, it should have been that much of an issue at the time. And you could have calmed a lot of it down by just no selling it, like not buying into it at all. Ultimately, though, like in 20 years, when they look back on this Ryder Cup, like nobody, the thought is not going to be, oh, the fans were crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like anything happened like at the last Ryder Cup where we almost had a fight in the parking lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's going to be talked about.
Yeah.
A fan getting a drink knocked out of his hand and yelling it, especially in the New York crowd. Like, what are we like? It's to be expected. You're in New York. Like, what are you talking about? So, ultimately, it's not going to be remembered for that. I think it's just because it's a month later and it's fresh on his mind, and he's trying to kind of reshape that narrative a little bit to speed up the process of people talking about it. And I think ultimately it's a protection thing. I don't think Rory wants people talking negatively about him. I think he was okay with it during the Ryder Cup because he was playing the heel. But now that it's over, we need to get back to Rory, the fan favorite, blah, 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 which I think it naturally would have gotten to anyway. I think he's just trying to rush it.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit twofold. I think this is kind of typical Roy behavior. Like, this is how he kind of plays both sides from the middle on a lot of issues in golf. And I mean, he's well known for that. But at the same time, I do think maybe this is just some perspective that he's gained. I think in the moment, he was absolutely giving it right back to the fans. And he absolutely talked it up all week. But I think my guess is all those guys have sat down and watched like the full matches, and they've seen what he said. It was like putt after shot after shot right on top. And he's probably like, man, we dominated this thing, like pretty much start to finish. And it's kind of, it's we kind of want to change the narrative. So I get all the points here. I think it's a little bit of both though. I think it's Rory being Rory and him like being like, oh man, we saw the film. This was
Also,
bad.
in his defense, he half the stuff that came out that was like him complaining was fans filming him jarring back at the fans, which I'm all about. Like if you're gonna get called something in the crowd, double down, turn around, and call it right back to him. So I like that. It is a little bit unfair because it's not like he spent hours and hours after each round complaining to media and being on social. Like a lot of it was just what we saw at the actual event. So again, not painted on him, but it is just a little two-sided.
A lot of this really, it's like it's 2025 now, and we all know that, you know, whatever is going to get clicked upon is going to get written. So I mean, you've got all these media outlets. I mean, it was the narrative, it was the story of the Ryder Cup from Saturday night on. It feels like it happens every Ryder Cup. There's something. This was, I mean, we knew that this was going to happen, but as soon as there was an incident of any sort, this is what was talked about. This is what was written about. This was the story. So I know, you know, Rory clapped back, which is fine. A lot of it is just fueled by the media in general. Story
your
after
point,
story.
To your point, like it really was ramped up after Saturday in the media too, but it needed to be because going into Sunday, it was an ass whipping. Like you got to have some storyline. You can't push that the US is going to go out and win 75% of the points or whatever, because that's not exactly realistic. And it almost happened, like it almost came back or whatever. And that would have been a super cool story if it happened. But going into that day, like it's such a blowout. What are you going to talk about? Right. You got to have something or nobody's going to watch. And so they built it up and hyped it up as, hey, watching, not like this is an exaggeration, but like, hey, come see if this fan tries to hit Rory McIlroy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they needed something and they found it. And this is where we're at because of it.
Okay. Speaking of the Ryder Cup, we're still on this topic. Gary Player has absolutely unloaded on the Ryder Cup. So I want to get your guys' opinion. Is this just, I'm gonna read out the quotes here in a second, but my question is this just a situation where you have an old man yelling at the clouds, or is this a valid point? So I don't know if you guys saw the Gary Player comments. I'm gonna read them out now, and then I'm gonna get your guys' reaction. He said, I think what would Ben Hogan, this is with regards to all the fan behavior, by the way, the Ryder Cup. Quote, I think what would Ben Hogan have said? You know, what would Byron Nelson have said? What would Arnold Palmer, if Arnold Palmer saw that today? He added, he was disgusted, and the Ryder Cup is currently in shambles, he said. I love the fact that they say USA, USA. I love how the British respond in their way. I think that's exciting. But the Ryder Cup to me is the worst event in the world. Golf has been a gentleman's sport. So, and to see that and to see players using this F word, I mean, the whole lot. Anyways, those are the comments. The bottom line here, Gary Player has called the Ryder Cup the worst event in the world. Your guys' thoughts?
This
How many Ryder Cups
like,
played in?
Yeah, I was going there too. He's speaking about an event he's never played in. And second of all, reminds me of Clint Eastwood in El Camino when he tells the kid to get off his lawn. I mean, really, that's what it sounds like. He oversimplified bad behaviors, what he did there. Like that's all that I got out of that. He took it's just like you took that and you labeled the whole Ryder Cup as that. I'm not even going to give a lot of credence to what he said there because he doesn't play in them. So I'll wait for somebody to speak who plays in them.
And also, like your Sam Snead and your Ben Hogans and stuff, they didn't have cell phones. They didn't have recordings of like Rory telling those fans to shut the F up or whatever. Like you think stuff like that didn't happen? Of course it happened. You think trash talk just started happening when they got cell phones? There's one video of it, brother. I hate to tell you, there's one video of it. And just because you're seemingly the nicest guy in the world and probably have never said a bad thing to anybody in the world, that's okay. Not everybody's that way. And again, to Ryan's point and Joey's, you ain't never played in this, bro. You don't know how it is. You're used to playing not even playing, but being a part of President's Cups, where that is even more one-sided than the Ryder Cup is. And you on the wrong side of it. Big dog.
Yeah.
Old dog.
Going off of Ryan, like it kind of generalized the entirety of the Ryder Cup. Essentially what sounds like based off his feelings about the behavior at the just most recent Ryder Cup. You can totally say this behavior was unacceptable, whatever, all that stuff, fine. I can't really, again, argue it. We've done that 1,000 times already. But to then go and generalize a tournament that you don't play in, that even viewers that get super amped up about the Ryder Cup, people that play the Ryder Cup will tell you, none of y'all can experience and feel what it means to us. So then to go and kind of underwrite all that and go so far beyond just kind of this behavior issue of this last one seems to wipe away so much more of what the actual Ryder Cup's about. Imagine if you said this 2 years ago after that Ryder Cup. People be like, where is this coming from?
That's my
Like,
question is, did he say anything after the parking lot scuffle in Rome? I don't think so. Like, that's why I'm just not going to give it a lot of credit.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, it's an interesting one.
John, what do you think?
What do I think?
Yeah.
I don't agree with his comments about that at all. I mean, he straight up called it the worst event in the world, yet it's one of the biggest event. It was the most anticipated golf event of the entire year, I would say. There was so much hype.
Since Tiger's not playing
built up.
PNC for sure.
That is true. Great point. No, it is what it is. Like the Ryder, he can have his opinion. I can have mine. The Ryder Cup is such a great sporting event. We knew that this was going to happen in New York. It's probably not going to happen to that degree for a while, if I had to imagine. I mean, there's always going to be banter. There's always going to be people getting drunk. But we knew that if it was going to happen to that extreme, it was going to happen at Bethpage. So, I mean, we don't even have to talk. Yeah.
Remember what happened to Sergio when he was up against Tiger at Bethpage? You know what I'm saying? Like this was always going to happen. Always. We knew the fans were going to be crazy. We knew it. And then when as much as I say it definitely amped the fans up when they flew Air Force One right over the golf course.
Yeah.
And they strolled the president out on the first tee box. It's like, this is definitely going to happen. Like they low flew the Air Force One right over that thing. Like this was just to get everybody fired up, and it worked. I mean, it was great, and it built storylines. I mean, did it cross the line at times? Sure. I think there's a lot of things that cross the line. Doesn't necessarily mean that it's terrible. Like things happen. It made for a good event, especially with a merciless ass whipping the first 2 days.
Yeah, and let's not pretend too that like in this day and age of social media, even if you're comparing it to that Tiger Sergio incident, like the social media, legacy media, everybody, they hype this up. They said this is what it's going to be, and if you keep telling somebody they're going to be an asshole over and over and over again, guess what you're going to get? You're probably going to get some assholes out there. Like it's kind of fair. So again, I think it's an overgeneralization of the whole event, and I don't know. Maybe he'll regret saying that. Maybe he won't. But he's 90. He probably doesn't care.
Yeah, he probably forgot. Well, I'm not going to make that joke. Never mind.
Okay. Will Zalatoris has an event on the schedule. It is the Nedbank Championship in South Africa, right? I think it's in South Africa.
I think so, yeah.
The Nedbank Challenge, Nedbank Championship. He's committed. He's playing in December after undergoing surgery for herniated discs back in May. Hutch can tell you all about that.
My boy, welcome back.
It's his first event since the PGA Championship, where he missed the cut. Prior to that, he had 2 T54 finishes at the RBC Heritage and the Truist. He missed the cut at the Masters, T47 at the Valspar, T30 at the Players, T22 at the API, T24 at the Genesis, T48 at Pebble, T12 at the Amex, T26 at the Century. So Will Zalatoris is back. This is not that was not his first back surgery either, right, Hutch? He's had a couple.
Yeah, he's had a couple, and I'm just looking him up. Like I was looking up to see how old he is, and he's younger than me, which is quite unfortunate to have those issues. But yeah, man, my brother, welcome back. Welcome back. I hope to one day follow your lead.
I don't know if you guys remember this, but when I was at the PGA, I texted the group because me and my brother were watching him. He was in the 7th fairway. We saw him go down, and I texted the group, but we didn't know anything about it. But I mean, he went down to his knees immediately after a swing and like just gipped all the way to the green. And I think he ended up finishing that round. But I mean, we pretty much saw it when it happened, and it was bad. I mean, it was pitiful to watch, honestly. So I'm glad to see him back.
It says after, let's see, he withdrew from the 2023 Masters, saying he jarred his back while warming up for his opening round and started feeling the symptoms going down his legs. Understand that. He withdrew, and then a few days later said he underwent a successful microdiscectomy. Also understand that. Unable to swing a golf.
That was the 2023. Was that the 2023 one?
That was 2023. So I'm wondering if he had another microdiscectomy.
He had, I'm reading he had a surgery to address 2 re-herniated discs. So
that's a common thing. Like,
yeah.
And they've kind of warned me about that. But it says here that in layman's terms, Zalatoris has, quote, an old man's back.
I mean, his swing, the way he moves, kind of indicates that he would have a little bit of that issues. Not that he swings exactly like Waco does, but like you can kind of foresee Waco having some back issues with the way that he's kind of violent and the way that he finishes the golf swing. So I mean, you could. I mean, Tiger had a beautiful golf swing, but he just swung at it so damn hard that, he had a lot of other issues going on too. But I just hope he's back, man. I hope he takes it easy and just gets back into it so he can be like, pretty much primed and ready for Augusta. Like, get some reps under your belt. Don't push too hard.
Yeah, immediately after. Yeah,
since he had his second back surgery at the Texas Back Institute. Is that where Tiger did his fusion?
Yeah, same place. That's where Richard Geyer did his surgery for Tiger. Zalatoris, immediately after the surgery in May, he said, "Happy to say that I woke up feeling good and I'm excited about my long-term back health. Time to focus on my recovery and get back after it. Looking forward to seeing everyone in the fall." So this was his targeted return date. I don't know if December necessarily falls into the fall, but I hope that he's done it right to get right.
If you think after the first one, he said he couldn't swing a club for 5 months. He had it in May. October would be 5 months. Give himself 6-ish weeks to get prepared. I mean, maybe not expecting great results, but you got to have a little time to ramp up.
Because his first one, didn't his first big instance happen after he lost and like competing with Matt Fitzpatrick at the U.S. Open? Didn't it kind of happen after that because he was still healthy then?
It said in that article I just read that he originally heard it hacking out of the fescue at the 2021 Open Championship. And then it just kept snowballing, or he kept putting it off, which I also get. I did the same thing. Like, you just think it's going to get better and it doesn't.
Hutch, I could be mistaken, but back in 2023, when he had that first surgery, was he not like way up in the FedEx Cup rankings?
Yeah, I think he was doing great. Let me pull that.
Wasn't he like second or something?
His 2022 is nutty. That's why, like, I'm hoping he can kind of get back slowly. There's 0 point in rushing it. I mean, he's obviously playing private rounds to even know that he could play in an event or even get halfway there. Because he was on a tear at one point. I remember that 2022 PGA. Was that the one with JT in the playoff, and then the other one was the U.S. Open that he just missed that playoff?
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. The 2022 was the Fitzpatrick U.S. Open, and he was just missed that playoff. So
he and Scotty tied for second.
Yeah, he was playing.
And looking at it, John, you're right. He actually his first his first PGA Tour event, his first PGA Tour win was the first event of the 2022 playoffs.
Yeah, so he
And then the
was
next
like,
week he
yeah.
withdrew.
but that win propelled him up in the rankings. Like he was second
Yeah.
or something.
He withdrew from the BMW. And then at the Tour Championship, he also withdrew before that started, but he was third. He was seated third. So he would have started what,
Yeah.
at 8 under at
That's
that time?
brutal.
Yeah.
Like,
You don't talk
and
about
then also let's
short.
not forget that it's been widely reported that he had a $100 million deal on the table from Liv that he turned down, right? And then all this back stuff started popping up, right? After.
Yeah.
So
Taking the bag, boy.
anyways, that's another story for another day. All right, let's get to our snake draft.
Oh,
Been talking about it all day in our group chat. Top 3 non-major PGA Tour events. Snake draft.
For everyone that wasn't aware, we had to teach John what snake draft was today. So that's been
he's Canadian, boys.
And
Let's
Can-
give
yeah.
him a break.
They
We're
must
gonna
not
figure
have
out-
snakes in Canada, right? No snakes
In Canadian.
No.
Canada.
Well, we're going to get John hooked up on a really nice CFL fantasy football league next year. And we'll teach him
Ooh, I'm in. I'll play.
arena football. But yeah, we're doing so it'll be kind of like a Mount Rushmore style, top 3 each, but snake draft. So once one's taken, can't pick it. And we'll see who's got the best top 3 regular season non-majors or events. Boom. John, you want to start us off?
Sure.
I mean,
I think I'll knock the easy one off. The Players Championship.
okay, yeah, that's valid. I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory. I don't even think you really have to give any
Yeah.
reason for that.
No.
And then we'll go me, Hutch, Ryan back up. My first pick, I'm going the Memorial. I don't know if it's too early of a pick, but I love Muirfield too much. It's such a good tournament.
Fuck. That's what I was gonna do. God. All right. Let's do just because I'm a homer. And I like Riv, even though Tiger sucks at Riv. Let's do Genesis. I like Genesis.
I was going to take it. I couldn't let it get back to John because I knew he was going to snag that. So,
I think I'm gonna go with the fan favorite. I'm gonna go with the WM Phoenix Open. It's a top
If
event
it gets
every
too
year.
rowdy, they'll get wild in the comments, and Gary Player
about
might
to say-
come out of his seat.
Yeah,
top 4 non-majors, pretty. I don't know.
I mean, yeah.
Ryan's got
it's-
2 in a row here.
I'm going to say
I
you
do
could
have-
at least get the next pick.
I do have, I know one of them you guys are not gonna say, so I'll save that for my third one. I'm gonna go with the Arnold Palmer as my second one.
All right. Whew. God, y'all making it difficult just picking my picks.
Yeah.
Let's see. You know what? I do. I've got a soft spot for the Tour Championship for some reason. Probably just because it's in Atlanta currently. And going in 2019 or 2018, whatever year Tiger won, was so much fun. Like, so I'll go with the Tour Championship. Although I don't love where East Lake is located. I'll do that one.
Call it cheap. I'm going to go to BMW. I like the rotation. I like that you get a good mix in. It's always an exciting time of the year. So I'll take BMW too.
I will go with the Memorial.
It's already gone.
I went
Oh,
second. You all?
who picked that?
I did.
Joey picked it
Oh,
right
you
after
did?
you picked
Joey
the
did.
players.
You thought Memorial was
Oh.
making it to what, 10th overall?
Okay, I was like shook. I couldn't believe. I didn't hear it somehow.
John
I've
thought
heard
he was
every
somehow-
other
And you know
event.
what? John has to pick 2 right here in a row.
He has to pick 2 in a row. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. You know what? I'm going to go with the Truist Championship.
Okay.
You
It's a
cannot do that.
It's a
That is
signature
my
event.
hometown.
It's a pretty big tournament.
Ugh.
Huge names were playing in it, and I remember it being just a really, really solid tournament. So
This is
Truist
bullshit.
for me.
Okay.
And I'm on the clock again.
Yep.
Yeah.
God.
Um,
All right, I got it.
I'm going to go with. I guess I'll probably go with the. I mean, I was gonna pick another tournament, but I'm gonna leave that one for last if it's still on the board. I'm gonna go with the.
This
Gonna
is
go with the Travelers.
Oh, damn. Okay. Well, one, this is your last pick, so I'm glad you used it.
Oh yeah, 3 only. Okay.
I
Travelers.
was like,
Travelers. I don't know if I have to justify it, but another great tournament every year. It's a signature, so all the big guys play it. It's it's in Hartford, right?
Yeah. Connecticut.
Cromwell.
Cromwell. It's close.
Cromwell,
It's Connecticut. Yeah.
Connecticut. So
Keegan won.
So, Keegan's
Tommy
always
blew it.
Rory won a year or two ago, I think.
Boy, I could do one that could make me a contestant for a win, but I've got just a homer pick that I'm just gonna do it. I don't care. We're going Byron Nelson. Sorry.
I thought you were going with the Knoxville Open or something on Corn
Hey.
Ferry Tour.
Shout out the Knoxville Open. What do you know about it?
brother. John stole my homer pick like bad with the Truist.
Yeah.
Well, listen, Ryan, if he didn't do it, I was going to. So,
God,
I
I should have picked that first. I didn't think you guys were gonna pick it.
Joey went that. I'm gonna have to go just because, and this is maybe not so much what it is now, but more historical. Pebble.
I was
For
gonna,
sure.
I want to go Pebble, but I got to do one for Scotty.
I mean, it's not as big as it used to be, but Pebble.
No, it's a good pick.
I don't even know what the sponsor of Pebble is right now.
Might just be Pebble.
AT&T, bro.
Oh yeah.
AT&T Pebble Beach Open or
That's right.
Pebble Beach
Pro-Am.
Invitational or whatever. Pro-Am. Yeah.
I'm going.
Well, fellas, we
with-
have breaking news. We have breaking news, fellas.
Wow.
one more pick and break the news.
Yeah,
I'm
let
just gonna
Ryan get this
finish
one.
mine off. Going with the next closest thing to home, and it's a big signature event, the RBC Heritage. That's gonna be
Hero
my
World
third.
Challenge. Oh,
Great pick.
Love that course. Love that. That course is it's awesome. So
Loves that course.
what's the
JT
news?
just won there. So
What's the news? Jack Nicklaus has been awarded $50 million in a defamation lawsuit.
by
he
his own
needs that.
company.
Yes. So this
Wasn't
is
it by his own company?
Yeah. So this is
Yeah.
ESPN.
Yeah.
A Florida jury on Monday awarded Jack Nicklaus $50 million in his defamation lawsuit against billionaire banker Howard Milstein and other officials of the company that bears the 18-time major champion's name. In the defamation lawsuit, Nicklaus claimed the defendants suggested that he had considered a $750 million deal to become the face of Saudi Arabian-financed Live Golf League and disseminated those false claims to media outlets.
We sued because he didn't want to be associated with Live.
No,
In
but what
court
he-
documents, the golfer's attorneys wrote that a Nicklaus company's official asked him to meet with Gulf Saudi representatives in 2021 about designing a golf course in Saudi Arabia. During that meeting, Nicklaus learned that Gulf Saudi wanted him to accept a leadership role in Live Golf. According to Nicklaus, he had no interest in the offer and declined because he felt the PGA Tour was an important part of his legacy. And if the PGA was not in favor of a new league, he did not want to be involved, the court documents said.
That's
Anyways,
that's 10 times his tour earnings. So Bill's out course. If it doesn't work out, LLC something, sue yourself, and then bankrupt.
I had almost forgot that lawsuit was still going on. I mean, that's been going on for a while.
yeah.
That's insane.
Good for him, man.
Good for his grandkids,
Anyways,
not him.
What
Good
a,
for his grandkids.
what a What a win in court for Jack.
Yeah.
It's been a while since he's had a win.
I mean, I
He's
feel like
retired.
if you're saying something that Jack is doing or he has motives of doing that he doesn't himself say, I kind of feel like you're probably already in the wrong. Because I kind of feel like he's a pretty honest dude. And if he says,
Yeah,
I
for sure.
don't want to be the face of Live Golf or whatever other entity that you want to throw in there, it's probably not true.
I just didn't know that you could sue for a rumor.
Yeah, man, it's called libel.
Yeah.
I need to look
Oh,
into
yeah.
that. There's some stuff. There's some people I should sue.
Real quick, let's if y'all can remember them, run back through those picks. Let's just recap. John, you had
Players,
Truist.
Truist, and I had Travelers.
Okay, thought Ryan might have Travelers. I have Memorial, BMW, and Byron Nelson.
I went Genesis. Oh, who did I go second?
You went Tour Championship.
Tour Championship and then Pebble.
And I did Waste Management, API, and RBC Heritage.
It's pretty
And
solid.
just let's note that the only Canadian on this podcast did not choose the Canadian Open.
Yeah, it's crazy. I kind of wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's because he
Ryan.
stole yours that you specifically said, I'm not going to say this one right now because I'm going to save it for last because I know y'all aren't going to say
I
it.
could
And
not
then John
believe
just
y'all were
said
even
it.
going to say that. God.
So you just repaid the favor by taking his Canadian event.
Ugh.
All right, fellas. That was fun. I think we're probably going to wrap it there. It's a little bit of a slow week right now. We will be back next week, though, back on Monday. As always, our show is live on Monday nights, 8:30 p.m. on X and YouTube. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Amazon Music. We appreciate all you guys for tuning in every week and for your support of our account, support of our podcast. We're just going to keep it rolling here into the off season with whatever there is to chat about. We're going to be on here giving you guys the latest news and just discussing the game. Appreciate your guys' support. We'll be back next week for episode number 39 of the Nuclear Golf Podcast. See you later.